debating between a condo or a house in Marin County, this video is for you because today I'm getting into the condo and townhouse market specifically, not lumped in with single-family homes, not buried in county-wide stats. This is the breakdown of what's actually happening in condo sales in Marin County. And like often what happens, it's playing by a totally different rule book. So whether you're stalking condos for sale in Marin County, California, dreaming about a low-maintenance townhouse near me, or just trying to decode the condo and townhouse difference, the June numbers are in. And they're weird. In a good way. Well, maybe. So let's get to it. I'm Karrie Hill, lawyer turned realtor, and I love to help people just like you buy or sell a house in Marin County with your sanity intact. Use the link below to do all the fun stuff like book a free video consultation with me or sign up for my free monthly newsletter with intel that you won't see anywhere else, like exactly which home sold and how much they went for over or under list. Right, the real math. And hey, these videos are powered by coffee and perhaps questionable life choices. When you like, comment, or subscribe, it lets the algorithm know that I'm not rambling into the internet abyss. I really appreciate you motivating me to keep this circus running. So as my thank you, here's a cute puppy picture. U.S. economy update. Before we zoom into Marin condos and townhouses, let's talk about the big picture. The economy served up a weird combo platter last week, half encouraging, half not so much. Job growth beat expectations with 147,000 new non-farm payrolls in June. Translation, people are still working, still spending, and not yet hiding under their beds. Also, in case you missed the fine print, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, well, that bumped the SALT deduction cap up to $40,000. That's the amount you can deduct for state and local taxes, which matters a lot in high-cost places like Marin. More deduction equals slightly less financial pain equals home ownership just got a tiny bit more attractive. Meanwhile, housing sentiment dipped again. A new survey says people still want to buy homes. They're just being blocked by the usual villains, low income, high prices, and math that simply refuses to come out the way you need it to come out. Where is this market headed? Before I get into the June condo and townhouse stats, here's a quick recap of last week's video's reality check from the people actually working in the trenches. You know, real estate agents. We're looking at the ones across California. It bears repeating because, well, let's just say the optimism isn't exactly overflowing, and I want to make sure no one misses this key information. That is, only 23.4% of agents think sales are going up. 46.9% expect more listings to hit the market, and only 9.4% of agents think that prices will rise. So over 90% of agents expect prices to fall. In other words, the pros aren't betting on a summer surge. Now let's see if condo and townhouse sales in Marin are following that same path or going rogue, as they usually do. Okay, on to the charts for June. Just Marin County condos and townhomes. Okay, we're jumping into inventory first, and that is basically these tall green bars here. Those are the homes that are for sale on the market, homes meaning condos and townhouses. And you can see that it went down from May to June, which represents down 11.2%. But the more interesting thing is, how does that compare to a year ago at this time? And that is inventory is up 31.5%. So that is quite a difference. The other things on this chart, the blue line represents new listings, which are down. They were down in the single family homes too. And home sales were up a little bit here. These are the actual numbers in sales, by the way. You can see how tiny they are. 35 condos and townhouses sold in May and 47, which is up, sold in June. Not very statistically relevant though. This flip-flop though with the single family homes, those were actually down in sales over month. Anyway, when you look at this number is being sold compared to the same time last year, there was 7.8% fewer homes sold this year than last year at the same time. And the quarterly number for that, by the way, is if you look at the whole quarter compared to the whole quarter last year at the same time. That's off screen, sorry, but that was down 13.6%, so even greater than this is showing. And here the orange bars are days on market, which went from an average of 41 days on market to 49 days to sell a condo or townhouse. So it's getting harder for sellers to find the buyers. That represented an uptick of 19.5%. If you looked at it from last year, though, that's an increase of 32.4%. So quite a bit significantly different than last year. And it's showing you that it's getting harder to sell. By the way, something else that's different on this chart is you look up here on this red line. This is the sales price over original list price. That actually went up from last month to this month. And I only mention it because in single family homes, it went, well, kind of substantially down from 101 to 97, and instead of this being up from 98 to 99. So the only thing I could say about that is it is possible that owners of condos and townhouses, that the sellers are just a little better at pricing the house to begin with. Basically making it not too high to start with, where you end up with this decrease like the single family homes had. Okay, and we arrive at prices. And for better or worse, depending on if you're a buyer or seller, this chart is just significantly different than what it was for all of Marin County or for single family homes. And by the way, I know I don't say this often enough, but when I do that video from 2 weeks ago, that's all of Marin, it's not just single family homes plus townhouses and condos. It actually includes land and some other things that don't show up on either one of these videos that I do on single family homes and condos. That's why you can't assume that if Marin was up and single families were down, then condos and townhouses have to be up to make up the difference. You see what I mean? Anyway, let's just hit this information now. And the significant difference here is this red line of average prices went up from last month to this month, and median price, the blue bars, also went up. And if you pull that out and go to this time last year, these prices are also up 24.3% for the median home price. And sorry, you can't see this, it's off screen, but up 14.7% for the average sold price. Now I have to say, usually this happens, well, it kind of happens when people put the brakes on buying single family homes. When they do that, they suddenly get more interested in buying condos and townhomes. And why does that happen? Because they presume that the single family homes are just too high in price. And since the condos and townhomes are a price point lower, they start to get into that market a bit more, and that can actually drive up the prices. And maybe that's what happened here. So here's that last little bit of evidence on what's going on in Marin County, and this is the average price per square foot. And from the last month to this month, it went from $625 a square foot to $695. That means people paid more for condos in general, and they also got less for their money. And that is exactly the opposite of what happened in single family homes this month. What are the actual numbers? Up 11.2% this month compared to last year, up 8.6%. But if you go to the whole quarter, again, this is off screen, sorry, but when you look at the numbers for the whole quarter, the price per square foot is actually down 1%. So there you go. And if you're looking for more information about living in Marin County or information that's helpful for buyers and sellers, there should be some helpful video recommendations popping up right now. Thank you for watching and have a great day.